Yield to Mr. Cloud from Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Hartig, I've visited, as I have many times, the Museum of American History. And what I think I find most troubling is the fact that you can do a lot with real history. And what's concerning is the distortion, I think, of the truth and in the context. And just for example, the American Democracy, A Great Leap of Faith, this exhibit, you turn the corner and the first thing you see is this, it's a wall. And the two words, of course, that pop out are privilege and slavery. Now, is that a part of American history? Sure. Should it be covered up? No. But what makes America unique and exceptional isn't, for example, the fact that slavery was a part of our history. It was a part of almost every nation's history. What makes America unique is the fact that we worked to overcome it and we're leading on the world stage in getting rid of it. And as I walk through, you mentioned as you walk through the doors, you'll see Thomas Jefferson's desk. You'll see, Abraham Lincoln's top hat. And those are in the museum, yes, but that is not what you see when you walk in. What you see is exhibits to social reform. You'll see displays in the end caps or the display, the glass displays on the side, pictures of drag show or pro-abortion language and all these different kind of things. I'm curious, I was really surprised as we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of our nation. How did we come up with the 250th anniversary? Like, what are we celebrating in the 250th anniversary?
Thank you, sir, and thank you for your visit. And we've hosted, I think since January, 25 senators and House
Ma'am,
representatives.
I know your
So it's
intention
great.
today is to filibuster the entire time. There's a particular document that was signed on July 4th, 1776, for which we celebrate. Could you?
Absolutely, sir. So when you come into the museum right now, since
That would be the
May-
Declaration of Independence, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I was
And so
surprised to
when you-
find that in the Museum of American History on the 250th year of our anniversary, there's not an exhibit for the Declaration of Independence. Now, sure, there's Jefferson's desk, and it takes up a very small space in but you would think, I went through the museum looking for the words, "we the people." And you would think when you walked in, that would be the biggest, boldest thing, especially on the 250th anniversary, the idea of e pluribus unum, where out of many become one. That's what makes America unique. And yet your take seems to be to take the uniqueness, the unity of America, and to try to divide us up into different things. Who made the decision not to have a display for the Declaration of Independence on our 250th anniversary?
So, sir, I'm going to go maybe back a few beats and answer I think your first question of the four. So the Declaration of Independence, of course, signed and ratified on July 4th in 1776 in Philadelphia, appears on a full wall in the Price of Freedom, our history of the military on our third floor, Eastern Wing. It's a blow-up size.
It's
then
a
it's in the
standard
Pete,
exhibit.
it's in
It's
the
there
Linda,
in the
it's
back,
in-
but
if
you
I
have to walk
may,
through a bunch of
sir.
junk to get there.
No, not
And as a matter of fact,
exactly.
right now, you would
I'm
think
happy to answer your question,
this
sir.
would have been a great time to pull out all the artifacts. I thought, let me look and try to find something on John Adams. And I'm not saying it's not there, but it's hard to find. John Adams, John Jay, Caesar Rodney, we can talk about Crispus Attucks, Phyllis Wheatley, the poet laureate of American Revolution, all these different kind of things. What would you say is the most influential book in American history?
So if I may go back to your second
What
question.
would you say is the most influential book in
May I
American
go
history?
back to your second question?
You can answer the one I just asked you.
Well, as a historian, it's probably hard to choose which is the most influential book in the United States history, but I can tell you what's the most influential document, and that is the Declaration of Independence, which appears in different ways
Most
at least
influential
4 or
book.
5 times.
The founders
in-
quoted one book more than any other book.
The founders were very well read, and as you know, Thomas Jefferson's library became the core of the Library of
Yes,
Congress.
and that book would have been the Bible. Secondly, would have been Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Now, I went to the bookstore. I couldn't find Common Sense in the bookstore. I did find, these books. Here's George Takei, It Rhymes with Takei, a book in which he He talks about, you know, one young man lusting after another. I'm not sure why this is in our American History Museum in the kids section, mind you. That's you think is important to have it in the American History Museum?
So George Takei, as you know, the actor from Star Trek, was incarcerated during World War II as the result of Executive Order 9066.
Hey,
And his children's book, I think, is a beautiful
who made the decision to
story,
put that in there but not common sense?
especially with Senator Alan Simpson. Thank you, sir.